What's up? I don't have anything. I don't have any words.
What's up, dingbat?
I freaking locked myself out of my house today for the millionth time, and I have certain safeguards in place. I should have a key in my purse, but I don't right now. And then I keep a key on the dog leash because 9.9 times out of 10, the dog is with me. So when I close the door behind me, I know it's on his leash, and then I just let myself back in. But I locked myself out, and then I texted you, but you literally weren't awake yet, and it was like 4. So I texted my friend Mark, and then he's like the most trustworthy, lovely person. So everyone we know has given him a house key. So he has this janitor keys of other people's house keys. He's like, yours is on here. I don't know which one it is. So then I pulled up at his house on my way to work, and I looked at the bunch, and I know what my key cutout looks like because I'm insane. And I'm like, I think 2 of these are mine. So he's like, well, just take the whole bundle and see if it works. So then I worked, and then I went home, and I was right. 2 of them were mine. So at least I know myself that I gave him a spare key twice. So I got in the house, but I felt like a dumbass. But at least I had a spare car key in my purse so I could get to work and work on my clients. But then I have my work where my studio is, I have the building key. So I'm like, if the other person who's there right now leaves before I do, I can't lock the fucking building. But they were still there. So I just pieced out and they locked the building, I'm sure.
I was trying to think today the last time I locked myself out of the house, maybe 10 years ago.
Dude, I've done it since I've been literally within days of me living in this house. I locked myself out and the fire department had to break me in. I'm sure I've talked about that on here before, but it's just been, I've always been like that. I don't know what my problem is. I always have too many things in my hands and there's too many things going on. And then I pull the door behind me and I'm like,
What is the problem with me, even though it is fading as I get older? Imagine me 10 years ago. What happens?
I don't know.
Unusual tenny strength?
Oh, you just rip your fucking door or window off?
I did. I just literally put my shoulder to the door and cracked the whole frame and opened the door.
No, I'm not doing that. I thought about it. If I had to, I could literally probably get in, but I didn't want to break anything. And I know you have a key. I know 2 other friends and my dad has a key. So like worst case, I could drive to my dad's, but I didn't want to.
I used to know. Did you know all the ways to sneak in and out of your parents' house?
I never snuck out.
What?
No, I never did.
Come on.
Ever. No. I skipped school a lot, but I never snuck out of my own parents' house.
I had, the tunnel I dug under my parents' house. I had that way to escape for a while.
That's insane.
But I also knew like all of the windows that could be popped out and how to get to them and how to get in and out of the house. Did it constantly.
I was a little too afraid of my parents when I was younger. And we didn't live in the best neighborhood. We did that thing where I lived somewhere else and we used somebody else's address so I could go to a different school system. So I wasn't really trying to like sneak out where I lived.
Oh, I was sneaking out all the time. Got to see them girls.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that. I like being by myself. That has been a running theme of my whole life. So why the fuck would I do that? So then after work I went to Lowe's because I wanted to get paint swatches because I got a new couch. We'll talk about that because I made you help me. But anyway, I learned this really crazy piece of information that I felt would be necessary to tell all y'all. At Lowe's, I found out, okay, they had this really big, pretty palmish like floor plant, a big guy.
Yeah.
It was on sale for $15. So I picked up this plant and then I got to the counter. The lady at the fucking register told me that at Lowe's, you have a year and you can return it if it dies.
What?
A year for your house plants. I'm like, I could kill this in a couple months for sure. And I'll just come back and get another one. That's crazy. A year is so long. She said, yeah, if it's still, how it comes in that plastic thing and then you just plop it in a different, bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's like, just as long as you still have this part. And yeah, I'm like, a year, that's freaking wild. So that's your inside info today, ladies and gentlemen, is kill your plants and take them back to Lowe's and get a new one.
That's good to know.
I know. I would be so embarrassed. I'd be like, here you go.
Here you go. It didn't make it.
I know. Dead ass plant. But what's stopping you? What if you just took the plastic thing and put a dead one in it and then put the live one in, like traded? Like if you had like 3 of the same plant.
Nothing. That's how we used to steal computers back in the 80s and 90s.
Just keep returning the same one and like keep a good one.
No, we'd go in the dumpster and we'd take all the broken computers out of the dumpster and then we'd go in, we'd buy a computer, swap it for the one we took out of the dumpster and then return it.
I like how I meant to, like, I just wanted to tell everybody a nice thing and then I turned it into an evil thing in 3 seconds. Well, whatever. I don't care about big corporations. We talked about this before. If you want to scam Lowe's for free plants, go do it.
Yeah, and there's no Comp USA anymore to steal out of their dumpsters. So
Yeah, that's tough. But anyway, so yeah, I didn't mean to, but I got a new couch this week because, well, I have friends who from out of state who I talk about on here all the time, Katie and Bex, and they stay over here sometimes, and they use an air mattress, which is actually your air mattress, but
which is actually my sister's air mattress.
right. So it's not, it's so nice, but that still makes me feel bad that they have to sleep on an airbed for the weekend. So I've been like unofficially kind of keeping my eye on Marketplace so I can get a fold out couch for my friends to stay over. And I hated, listen, this is another thing I want to tell you guys. So just life lessons. My whole life, everywhere I've lived, I've always had secondhand couches. Always. Either I got it from family or I got them on Craigslist, got them on Marketplace. So every couch I've ever had has been secondhand. So I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me, but during the pandy, I think it was early in the pandy, I was like, this is it. I'm going to buy myself a fresh new couch, and that's going to be my signal that I'm an adult and blah, blah, blah. So I got this couch from Urban Outfitters, and it was very beautiful, but it arrived and it was hands down the most uncomfortable couch that's ever been assembled by anyone. It felt like you were sitting on wood. It was so terrible and it was expensive. So I've hated it since the day I got it. So when I saw this new one, I found a new one on Marketplace that had a pull out bed, and it's so squishy and so comfortable and so beautiful. And I like last second was like, Tenny, you have to help me get this thing in my house. And it fit to the freaking millimeter. I don't even know how. I did not ask them for full measurements. I did not know that it was going to fit in here. I just said, bring it on over, and they delivered it.
If your door frame would have been a quarter of an inch smaller,
yep,
that couch would be sitting on your porch.
Yep, we twisted the legs off and it got right in here, and I'm still so amazed, but I'm so stoked. The last couple nights, I've been so stretched out on here. I can lay on the whole couch and put my arms up. It's so big. It's a sectional. It's so sick. And I have somebody coming tomorrow to buy the stupid couch from Urban Outfitters that I fucking hate. RIP to them. Sorry. But that's a good thing about buying nice stuff or like buying nice vintage stuff is you can just trade sideways. Like I'm getting this new couch for pretty much the price that I'm selling my last one for. So it's not even like I'm spending any money, and I'm so happy. So now anyway, that was the point. That's why I had to go to Lowe's, because I had to buy paint swatches, because now I have to redo my entire life to match the new couch.
And that's Couch Talk with Jessica Napick.
And that's motherfucking Couch Talk.
You weren't used to that new couch that you got from Urban Outfitters. You'd grown up on pre-softened with family farts couches.
I swear. Well, they don't make couches like they used to. This old, that's the other thing too. This sectional that I bought is vintage, and it's so squishy and perfect. And they just, new couches are not like new anything. We've had this discussion a million times. Like,
I know.
Vintage stuff is better. And I had a lapse in judgment, and I will never buy new stuff again because I hate new stuff.
Listen, we rarely, when I was growing up, rarely got new furniture.
Mm-hmm.
And the couches that we had, because they were made at a certain period of time in American history,
mm-hmm.
My mom weighed over 300 pounds. My dad weighed over 500 pounds. And
mm-hmm.
we didn't have to replace the couches all the time.
Yeah, literally everything used to be made better.
Like things were made of hardwood.
Yep. And like nice ass foam that doesn't fall apart.
Yes.
I know. I fucked up by getting that new one. I'll never do that again. It's beautiful. That's the thing I noticed. Okay. The things that you can't skimp on in your life are your bed and your couch. You spend way too much time on them. Like maybe somebody, if they don't spend as much time at their fucking house as I do, or if they use it for like a workplace or whatever, that couch will be great for them, but it's not great for me. It was fucking terrible and I hate it. But I'm really happy now. And
you got to get a bed that's made for rocking.
Ew, I don't. Neither of us do.
Oh, like you've never broke a bed before.
I don't know if I broke one.
I broke one before.
Well, I want to hear the story, but I don't.
I used to have a lot more energy. And patience for people.
I know. I just post memes every day about how you get serotonin from sleeping with your dog.
My sleep pattern's so fucked.
You woke up at 6 o'clock today.
I know. I went to sleep around 10:30 a.m.
I went to bed at 7 in the morning.
And then woke up at noon, the most horrific nightmares
Yikes.
for like that, whatever, hour and a half that I was asleep.
Yeah.
To the point where it's now 12 hours later and I'm still rolling those dreams around in my head. It was not good.
I swear there's been some planetary shit happening or some astrological shit happening the last couple months because everybody is having bad dreams and everybody is like struggling mentally really bad.
And then I think something's wrong with my eye, but that could just be hypochondria.
I feel like you do need to wear the glasses that you got because, bro, you posted that picture yesterday on Twitter of my notes on your UFO zine, and I'm like, does he think this picture is clear right now? Because it's
No, I knew it wasn't clear.
okay.
I took it from far away and then zoomed in on it, and it looked blurry.
I was just making sure because I'm like, bro, do you know what's clear anymore? You got it. And P.S. I posted a picture, or I don't know if I posted it yet, but I found a screenshot from when you had your cute new glasses, and you look so nice. I'm like, why does he wear the fucking glasses?
Because I have to go back, or I have to order online. I have to order glasses that are just glasses. I told you, I got those ones that are like bifocal, trifocal, color changing. Like, it was too much. And when I put them on, it makes my eyes even worse.
Yeah, no, yeah, I get it now. Yeah, you got to get different ones because they look really nice on you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Anyway, nightmares, yuck.
Yeah, bad.
I hate when I wake up from a nightmare and then it takes me a minute to 2 minutes to realize I'm not still in it.
Yep.
And then I just lay in bed and get chills thinking about it. Ugh.
It really is the worst. And then you feel like you need to tell somebody about the shitty dream. And when you say it out loud, it doesn't sound scary. You're like, no, in it, I couldn't even breathe and I was sweating. But while I'm explaining it to you, it doesn't sound scary at all.
Yeah, you wouldn't have liked this. I'm not going to explain it, but you wouldn't have liked it.
Yeah, don't tell me.
The other thing is, too, is in the dream I was trying to escape from someone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, people. And the thing that I'm still rolling around in my head is I'm still planning my escape in my head right now. Like, if it were to happen right now while I'm talking to you, I'm still thinking about what I would have to do to get out of the situation.
Well, lucky for you that most of the people who get kidnapped in this world are women, so you're probably fine.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Wow.
But they're not being chased by demonic robots.
You gotta stop watching weird shit before you go to bed. How about that?
That's true. Stop listening to Star Trek audiobooks because I fall asleep.
Seriously, there's no robots in my dreams, I'll tell you that much. They don't show up for me. We did see, though, a Frankenstein thing. We went and saw an advanced screening of Lisa Frankenstein, the new Diablo Cody movie. And I told you, did I tell you on the way there, or did I tell you a couple days before that I was so late to the party that I didn't realize that it was Lisa Frank, like Lisa Frank, cute, neon, colorful, Trapper Keepers, whatever the fuck. Lisa Frank in Stein. It's a play on Lisa Frank, and I didn't even fucking realize it until so late.
You're kind of a dumbie.
I am a dumbie. I thought it was just like Johnny Dracula, fucking whoever. I thought it was like a girl's name, not. I swear I didn't put it together. I'm like, I'm such an idiot, bro.
It's the first thing I thought of when I saw it.
I did not think of it. So we got to bring some Patreons to the screening and we had to host it. We had to get in front of the audience again and do trivia and give away cute prizes with promo items from the movie.
Yes, it was fun.
It was very cute.
It broke my heart.
Oh, I know. We'll tell them why.
Because no one knew the answers to my questions.
Yeah, because you asked a question that was something that's like 100 years old.
I'm asking questions about horror movie history at a horror movie screening to people who have come to see a horror movie early.
They have come to see a free movie that they know nothing about. That doesn't mean horror hardcore. It's just because they're there. I didn't even know the answer to your question, and I'm a horror hardcore.
That breaks my heart.
Well, I apologize. I know it now.
The questions were, what was Boris Karloff's nickname?
Yeah, who fucking knows that?
The Uncanny. As a matter of fact, in most of his first movies, they wrote Karloff the Uncanny. And then the first question was, who directed Bride of Frankenstein? It's James Whale. And nobody knew that.
Yeah, these people are here to see a movie by a girl who made Juno and Jennifer's Body. They need questions in the last, 30 years.
Didn't anybody ever see Gods and Monsters with Ian McKellen and Brendan Fraser?
No, I don't know.
Ian McKellen played James Whale. It's a great movie if people have never seen it. It's great. It's all about Universal Monsters and James Whale. One of the first openly gay directors in Hollywood.
Well, nobody won a prize from that question.
No.
But anyway, we did a good job.
We did a good job.
But I am obsessed with the movie. I thought it was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. one thing I'm a little concerned about is, well, okay, so Diablo Cody is from Chicago, and it was so cute because the opening scene is the Lisa Frankenstein is at a graveyard, and she's at Bachelor's Grove.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me that somebody would actually put like a legitimate, very well-known haunted location in their movie. So I was like, okay, props to Diablo Cody. Then my brain goes ... Oh, good. Now people are going to trample and ravage fucking Bachelor's Grove Cemetery.
Yes, this has happened to me in the past. I've talked about it. Happened with Butler Cemetery with William Gnog. Yeah.
I literally knew sitting there next to you the second they showed the sign that you were feeling the same thing I was feeling, like, oh, there goes that place.
Yep.
Hopefully people are stupid as fuck and nobody will realize that it's the real name of a cemetery and they don't look it up.
Well, you never know.
You never know. But yeah, so anyway, so the spooky cemetery from the movie is actually somewhere where a lot of you will be familiar with, but it was so cute.
You loved it. What's your official review?
I loved it.
It's for you.
It's so for me. I was yelling after they did. I'm not going to tell you where or when or what it is, but they did the hardest nod to Notting Hill, which is like my coziest, cutest movie that I talk about on here. Notting Hill is so perfect. And when you listen, y'all who have seen Notting Hill a million fucking times, when it happens, when you see Lisa Frankenstein, you'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe they did this. I can't believe they threw that in there. Of all the nods, because all the nods are like Heathers, Edward Scissorhands, Romeo and Juliet. Like there's a lot of nods in it, but nothing like Notting Hill's not like an 80s or I don't know. It was so unexpected and it's so obvious, but I loved it. It was so cute from start to finish. I loved it.
What's my review of it?
You probably didn't like it because
it's not for me.
Whatever. We've seen a lot worse.
It's a good film. It's very good. It's well crafted. It's well made. It's well written. But it's literally, when I say this time it's not for me, I mean it's literally not made for me.
No, it's not. It's made for girls and gays. It's so cute and colorful and funny, and the clothes are so cute and the makeup is so cute, and it's a romantic comedy for sure. It gets more and more twisted as the movie goes along, which I really liked.
Well, the other thing is too, this is always hard for me when people do movies that are like set in a time period when I grew up, because then I start to like overthink the silliness of it, and I start to relate it back to like my actual life at that time. Like in the movie, no spoilers, but she starts to dress differently and stuff.
Yeah.
And people start to notice her. And I was thinking, oh, she would legitimately be getting her ass kicked every fucking day.
Yeah, that's true.
She wouldn't have becoming the cool girl.
No, they'd be like, you fucking freak.
Yeah, they're like, you're a fucking freak. And they'd be like ripping her shirt off and throwing her in lockers and beating her up. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, it would be like, oh, who's that cool, mysterious girl? Like, that's not how high school is.
No.
Unfortunately. But the other thing that I found problematic, like, obviously, like, Diablo Cody makes movies for a certain wheelhouse of people, right? But the problem I feel like that's going to happen for her in this movie is you've crafted a teen movie, which means the teens that are teens right now, and all of the jokes are 80s and 90s jokes, and they're not going to get any of them.
Yeah, that's a hard one to go.
Yeah, so that's the only problem. But like, I read some reviews that were like, okay, it gets very, twisted / inappropriate, whatever, but it's like a movie has no responsibility to anyone to be what you want it to be. It can change at any time. That's the movie that this person crafted. They have no responsibility to you to stay on track to what you expected of this movie.
Right.
Annoying.
Like I said, it's very well made. It's very good. Writing is good. Things are funny. It's just not for me. As a matter of fact, I was really taken aback and I'm really in love with the opening credits.
Oh my God. I literally, the opening and then what she was doing, which we won't spoil, and then how it went into the title screen. I'm like, 1000% I love this movie already, and I don't even care what else happens. Loved it. Also, the local movie critic that I fucking hate, my enemy, was seated right behind me for the screening. Listen, did that guy not cackle the whole fucking movie?
Yes, he did.
He gave it a Rotten Tomato on Rotten Tomatoes and rated it a C and talked shit about it. And he couldn't have laughed more during the whole fucking movie. He's such a fraud. God, I'm gonna kick him in the shins next time.
You want to just go and get a DBA and we'll just form like Michigan horror movie reviewers?
I just don't know why people can't ever have fun with stuff. Like you just said it. The movie is not for you because it wasn't fucking made for you, and you
Here's
recognize that, and you don't pan things that weren't made for you.
right. And here's the other thing too. Like when I say it's not for me, again, let me restate. I enjoyed the film, but I realize it's not for me.
Right. Like how Mean Girls. Mean Girls is perfect. Mean Girls wasn't made for men.
52-year-old white guy.
Exactly. No, you're not the core audience. They know who they're making the movie for. That movie is made specifically for me as a person. 1,000%. I will watch that movie 100 times. I loved it. It was perfect. Another thing that I read that was interesting was Cole Sprouse, who plays the Frankenstein creature in the movie. He studied under a guy named Lauren Eric Salm, who is a mime, like a expert in the craft of being a mime. He studied under Marcel Marceau. So I thought that was interesting because they went through a bunch of shit that would convey his, because he didn't talk.
Right.
So I thought that was really sweet and well thought out. And then also in the same interview that I heard, I don't remember if I read it, but the same guy who trained him also trained the actors in Sasquatch Sunset that's coming out, because they're not going to talk either. So this guy's really getting some work on some weird movies.
Yeah. My friend Tim Dry, who was in Star Wars movies as Big Monsters, he's a mime. And probably one of the reasons that he got cast in a Star Wars film where you just like make animal sounds and have to be he's the guy who in that people always post that weird picture. Tim Dry played the monster Extro in the movie Extro, and there's always like this bent over thing walking across the road.
Yep.
That's Tim, with his body all mimed, distorted to make it look all weird.
Yeah, but people don't post it as like, hey, look at this cool horror movie. They post it as like, oh, this is a real picture of a cryptid.
They do. It is not. That's Tim.
Yeah, you're like, I know that guy.
I'm like, I know, like I've had drinks with that cryptid that's crossing the road.
So dumb. Yeah, but yeah, Lisa Frankenstein was an absolute delight. If you guys want to go see it, I loved it. I'm glad you can admit that you liked it, though. I didn't feel you hating it.
No, I enjoyed it, the whole thing.
Yeah. It was very different. It definitely went places I did not see coming either. I was like, oh, all right.
I feel like when we talk about our opinions on movies and stuff, I feel like if I could get you to watch Lord of the Rings, you would enjoy it. But at the end, you'd be like, that's not for me, though.
Right, 100%. Yeah, I can recognize finely crafted things in arenas that I don't like.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I don't like about movie reviewers. It's like you could at least say something out of your mouth that is not the meanest thing ever. You could recognize you've seen like what fucking the 5th or 6th sequel of a horrible franchise that's terrible and the movie is terrible and y'all rate it the same. That's not fair.
Yeah. Yeah. I also, it's strange too, because I know this is just me in the era of the world that we live in. And there are some people like me, but I also revel in the fact that I like and dislike things that I never have to tell people about.
Yeah.
Like I have opinions about movies and films that I do not feel the need to let the entire world know.
Yeah, I know. That's the other thing that sucks about those movie critics too, is like, wouldn't it be more beneficial for the movie if you just didn't write the most scathing thing that anybody's ever read? Can't you just skip one? Can't you just give one a pass every once in a while?
Nope.
They have to write about them all?
Yep.
That's mean. I don't like when people are mean just to be mean.
I don't like when people are mean just to be mean. Speaking of horror movies, upcoming horror movies, have you seen this trailer for Late Night with the Devil?
Yeah, me and Katie have been waiting for that movie for 6 months.
Oh, it looks so good.
It was supposed to come out last year. It hit film festivals last year, and I was emailing everybody and their mom to try and get a screener, but it was impossible. But we're gonna get a screener before it comes out.
That looks like it's made for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a 70s talk show, found footage. That's about my game.
I know. I opened an article last night about what it's I can't talk. The person in the movie is supposed to be a fake late night talk show host in the 70s. He has a certain name, so I googled if he was real. He is not real, but he's based on somebody, and I didn't fucking read it yet. I know. Breaking news.
But it looks very good.
It looks so good. It looks so freaking creepy.
Reminds me very much of Ghost Watch.
Yes, I saw somebody else saying that on Twitter too. But it comes out in theaters in March, I think, and streaming in April.
Ghost Watch, by the way, still the best name of a ghost in any ghost movie.
What is it?
The ghost's name is Pipes, and it's because when the little girl is in the house by herself, she can hear something tapping on the pipes.
Gross.
And so she starts calling the ghost Pipes. Pipes, are you there? It's Ghost Watch is great. For anybody who's never watched it, watch Ghost Watch in preparation for Late Night with the Devil.
I've never gotten to watch it.
Oh my God.
I don't know how to watch it.
I'll get you a copy.
Okay, I need to watch it. It's not on anything. I know it's like always talked about forever, but it's hard to find.
It's so good. And there's so many hidden things in it. Ugh.
Because it's supposed to be, it's
supposed to be a reality show. It was the kind of the first, like, this is a real thing, but it's not a real thing.
Like Blair Witch.
Yeah, and they aired it on British television as like, this is a real live thing that's happening, and you're watching it.
Like War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fucked up.
Yeah, I know, I gotta watch that.
The good thing about it, though, is there's so much in it. They did it so perfectly in that there's so much in it that's just boring and you don't know why you're watching it. You're like, this is real.
Yeah, one day I need to see that. I'll probably be so scared.
You'll probably be scared.
Yeah, Late Night with the Devil looks crazy. I hope it's the best horror movie of the year. We shall see.
It's early in the year.
I know there's quite a few things coming out already. I didn't even get to it yet. There's a new movie coming out in theaters February 23rd and streaming on March 15th, but it's called Stop Motion. It's unlike anything I've ever watched. It's a horror movie, and there's a girl. This is going to be, I already feel it being the worst.
There's a girl who makes stop motion animation films, and the movie is based around maybe some of those little things coming to life.
Yeah, it's weird. She has, y'all see it, but it's really fucking creepy. It does go between like real life and then how the little creatures are in the movie, and it's so creepy. But this guy, Dan Martin, is the creature creator, like the stop motion guy in the movie, or who does the stuff for the movie. I can't even talk, bro. But I realized I didn't even notice that he's worked on all of my favorite projects of the last few years. He did like creature and effects work on Banshees of Inisherin, Infinity Pool, A Wounded Fawn, and he's doing stuff for the upcoming Tarot movie by Sony that your friend did the cards for.
Yep.
And yeah, stop motion is the shit. Stop motion was my first movie on my best horror movies of 2024.
Well, there you go.
It's the starting point. So stop motion is first and Lisa Frankenstein is second.
You know what I just realized when you said that? I don't know why that just hit my brain in a certain way.
What?
When you said Banshees of Inisherin.
Did you watch that yet?
Yeah, I watched it a long time ago.
Oh my God, I love that movie.
This is about Barry, your favorite.
He did Hot Ones this week.
Is he the reason that I'm going to be able to get you to watch a Marvel movie?
I know. I know he's in that one.
He's in the Eternals.
I know. I've seen clips of it, but I don't feel like watching it. But it's one of his only projects I haven't watched yet.
You got to get his whole catalog.
I know. I don't really want to watch it.
You don't have to. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not for me, but I mean, that movie is made for me. That movie is made for a 50-year-old nerd, and it's not for me.
It's not?
No.
Well, then I certainly don't think I should watch it. But he's in The Green Knight, too, and I haven't watched that yet either.
I really liked The Green Knight.
I have heard nothing but good things about it. One of my friends who I really respect their opinion on movies said it was like their favorite movie of whatever that was 2 years ago. But yeah, so I trust their judgment, so I need to watch that. But
yeah.
Anyway, so watch Stop Motion too. It's really creepy. The little things that are made in the movie, I don't know why it's so fucking creepy to me, the little creatures. And then there's also just really good other gore in the movie, and it's like psychological. It's really good.
If you don't feel like watching The Green Knight, you can watch 1984's Sword of the Valiant with Sean Connery. It's the exact same movie, except it is terrible.
Why would I do that? Oh, why would I do that? That reminds me of when he is fake Sean Connery on SNL, and he says, "I'll take swords for 500," and he goes, "That's S words." He always says everything wrong. Sean Connery's the one that says everything wrong, right?
Yes.
Yeah, in that skit. Yeah, because
I know, because one of them he says therapist wrong.
Yes, thank you. I almost said it.
Yes.
Oh, that's therapist.
That's therapist.
If you know, you know. Oh my God. Okay, so side note, this doesn't have anything to do with anything, but
us making jokes from Saturday Night Live when it was funny 30 years ago.
I know. Listen, it's unfucking watchable now. now. Listen, you guys, sometime last year, we switched hosting for our podcast and all of our old episodes got dumped and they've been missing forever. And we're here to tell you that they're all back up in the feed. So what that means is if you have found us in the last year or so, you haven't even heard half of our episodes. They're all back there now. So you have to scroll backwards and listen to all of them.
But when this one posts, you'll have 130 episodes total.
130 episodes. So you probably only heard like 60.
And they're all available as well on YouTube.
That's the breaking news also, is there's little they're like stock videos that they make with just our logo on the screen, but you can listen. Like if you clean your house and you put on your TV and you can put on YouTube and just listen to us.
Yeah, you can just hit the playlist and it'll start at 1 and go all the way through.
Just clean your house for 7 days.
Physician, heal thyself. Take your own advice.
I know. It's better than it has been.
That's because you had to move a couch in and out of your house.
I know. I had to move everything in here. I had to move all of Toad's toys out of the way.
So excited to find a ball he hadn't seen in 6 months.
He won't stop playing with it because it was under the couch. But listen, that's the thing. Okay, so when all the old episodes came up, I went back and I'm like, okay, I'm going to listen to an old one to see if we sound stupid, which we will always have and always will. But of course, the first episode I opened was A Boy Named Cash, which was the episode where I announced that I adopted Toad. And it's so sweet. And I got so emotional. And I was just running around the house because I was playing it out loud. And Toad's running around. I'm like, that's about you. That's about you. I got very emotional. Oh, and we talked about on that episode how you got to sit in the front seat of my car for a whole 5 months and then the privilege went away.
Yeah.
That made me laugh. Oh, and then I listened to, firstly, I just want to say I feel so lucky that like that moment and the subsequent days and weeks after I got him are like on audio forever, and I get to hear it all. Like people don't have that luxury of like hearing those feelings again and like remembering little stuff like
I don't mean this to be sad, but I picked an episode 2. I went back like to the beginning, and like Bean is on recorded.
No. I didn't go back before Toad.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the one episode that I can never listen to again, that's for sure. But I didn't realize that his bark would be back there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Okay. Well, I'll listen to him someday, but...
Well, when I was doing podcasts before this, like I was trying to find different things. I had done The Oddest and I did Realm of the Weird, and then I did $5 Show, which was all about punk rock music, but I did one that was called Top Tennies. And in every episode, I interviewed like friends or family members. So those aren't available anymore. But like I have a whole podcast of me talking to my mom and dad. And it's before my mom's disease really started to hit her. So she's telling stories and my dad and her are arguing and laughing with each other. And I have that forever. I interviewed my nephew when he was 12.
No.
And so I have him and me joking and laughing, him at 12 years old. Like, it's great.
I have to do that. That had to be heartbreaking though when you like first found it.
Yeah, but it's pretty wonderful. As a matter of fact, at that time when I did Top Tennies, I had come up with this idea, and I think someone has done it subsequently, but I had come up with this idea where I could create a business around taking my recording equipment to people's homes.
Yeah.
And recording a podcast of the whole family interviewing each other.
Yeah, that's so cute.
And then they would have it forever, like, oh, this was us, 10 years ago and what we were all talking about and what we were all thinking. And
yeah, if you like came with like questions that would be super easily answerable for everybody and like create those moments.
Yep, and kickstart like memories.
Yeah.
I think someone does that now though.
I never heard of anybody doing that.
You never know.
But
so recording stuff is good sometimes.
There was a cute moment where I didn't even remember this, but 2 weeks after I got Toad, I drove to New York and I didn't know him yet. I didn't notice everything on his body yet. Like he was so new. And while I was sitting outside, I took him to Liberty State Park in New Jersey, where there's like the best view of the Statue of Liberty. I had taken Bean there several times and I'm like, all right, I got to take him there because it's so nice to run around. And that was where I noticed first that Toad has a big notch taken out of his tongue because he hadn't been like worked up yet. He wasn't panting and he wasn't doing a big smile yet. And then we were at the Statue of Liberty and his tongue flopped out and I'm like, wait, you have a big cartoon notch taken out of your tongue. And I didn't notice that. It was like first noticed at the Statue of Liberty. That was so cute to me. And I would never remember if it wasn't
See, there you go.
And the other hilarious thing that happened that I didn't remember is I told you that I used to have a Star Trek communicator and I made the noise and you fucking saved it.
I turned it into a little video.
I I know. I found the video. You're like, you had a Star Trek communicator, and I was like, yeah, it went pew pew pew. And you're like, I'm gonna save it. And then you ruined my life. And then yeah, of course, everybody's brought it up before, but the fact that, whatever it was, like weeks or a year, I don't remember how far before, but I had that dream about Texas Toad House, about how you go to a restaurant and pick out toads to fucking adopt. And then I adopted Cash at the time and named him Toad, and I didn't even put it together. I didn't even remember. It was such a foreshadowing.
You didn't remember something?
I don't remember anything, bro.
Quickly on that point, because I sent it to you in a DM. I understand everybody's concern about two old men running for president and them not being able to remember shit.
Mm-hmm.
None of us can remember shit.
None of us can remember shit. Don't act like you can remember more than an old man, because you can't. We're all fucked up.
We're all fucked up. I ordered food before we started recording, told you that my food was going to be delivered while we were recording. And when it came, I thought to myself, what did I order?
Who's here?
I spent 2 hours looking for my slippers yesterday. They're in a house. They haven't left the house.
No, yesterday, I swear you either tweeted or DM'd me and you're like, I don't remember what I ate yesterday. And at first I was like, haha, that's so funny. And then I sat there and thought, I'm like, I don't remember what I ate yesterday either. I could not. I still don't remember. I have nothing. I'm glad we have our memories on here, because I'll need them someday, because brain's not getting any better than, I don't know if it was ever good.
I think you probably had a solid 10 years.
It's good when it needs to be.
That's why we have each other, so we can just bounce them back and forth.
You think your car's shitty, and then you go up a big hill, and then you get up and you're like, all right, car, good job. Like, that's my brain.
This is old man brain. I was looking through the internet and I saw a picture of an old actor, and I was staring at it, trying to go up the hill in my car brain. And when I got to the actor's name, it was Alan Ladd. I was like, you go, car brain.
All right.
You got up that hill. You didn't have to look it up on the internet or nothing.
You got there. Oh, that's funny. What, now listen, when you said that name out loud, I thought of Alan Alda, and that's not who you're talking about.
No, it is not.
So listen, what guy are you talking about?
Alan Ladd was like a famous actor back in the 1940s and 50s. Just played a cowboy. Was
he Cheryl Ladd's dad?
Oh, that's a good question. Was he Cheryl Ladd's dad? I don't think so. Maybe.
Google it.
Oh, I don't want to.
Okay, we'll never know. We're so stupid. Speaking of names, I found out on YouTube, listen, Timothée Chalamet, his name is supposed to be pronounced Timothée Chalamet. He's French. His dad named him Timothée, and it's supposed to rhyme. It's supposed to be Timothée Chalamet, which is so cute to me. But everybody says it Timothée Chalamet, which doesn't rhyme, and he finds it too annoying to correct anyone, so he doesn't correct anyone, and now it's just wrong forever. Why wouldn't you tell people they were saying your name wrong?
I don't know. That's a good thing. By the way, I looked it up while you were talking about Timothée.
Yeah.
And Alan Ladd had a son named David Ladd, who married an actress named Cheryl, and she became Cheryl Ladd.
Hey. Wait, that reminds me of something I found out. Okay, I found out, this is like I gotta put this down. I can't talk. Whenever I'm interested in somebody in a movie or a TV show, I go the deepest dive on IMDb and find out the stupidest things. You probably already fucking know this. I didn't know this. Chris Sarandon in Fright Night married Susan Sarandon. That's how she got her fucking name. I didn't know that. I just thought her name was always Susan Sarandon. I didn't know that. And I didn't know Chris Sarandon was the voice of Jack Skellington.
Oh, that's a big one. Yeah.
I didn't know that. He does cons now. He does conventions.
Yeah.
But yeah, Susan Sarandon and him were married for 12 years. I didn't know that.
There you go.
He's so hot in Fright Night, bro. He is. There was a tweet the other day that compared him okay, do you want this guy in Fright Night or do you want David from Lost Boys? And a lot of people were picking bro from Fright Night. I was like, what?
You know what's always crazy to me is when you see big name Hollywood stars, whether it's I don't know if Chris Sarandon is considered a big Hollywood star.
I would say no.
Right. But it's always funny when you realize I think Chris Sarandon, because I did an event with him once, and he was talking about growing up in West Virginia.
Mm-hmm. Wait, you did an event with him?
Yeah.
Damn it.
And I always think it's funny when people are like, oh, these Hollywood types. And you don't realize Some of them just grew up in like rural West Virginia and actually just made something of themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I keep thinking, like, it seems when you think about it, it seems easier to get famous now because there's different ways. There's Instagram, there's Twitter, there's fucking TikTok, whatever. But, like, was it, I don't know. Like, was it easier back then to just go drive in your car and get to Hollywood and get in a movie, or is it easier now?
No, I think the reason that we have Hollywood stars is because they came from an era when it was harder to get into Hollywood. And now you've got people who make like dozens of movies and make hundreds of millions of dollars a year. And I have no idea who they are because there's so many of them.
Oh my God, speaking of this, doesn't circling back, the girl in Lisa Frankenstein who plays her sister, right? Have you ever seen that person in your fucking life?
I don't think so.
Meet Samesies. Listen, I go to her Instagram, 18 million followers. Not kidding. Who the fuck is that?
What?
I swear, I'm like, I am so out of it. I don't know anything anymore.
No.
And then I looked up the other shit she's been in, thinking like, oh, it must be shit that I don't watch. And I didn't recognize any of that stuff. I'm like, who watches this?
I just know, like, because I tried to watch the Grammys, and that just utterly convinces me that I'm out of touch.
I mean, you are literally obsessed with Billie Eilish, so you know her.
Yeah, one person. But like, people are winning awards. Like, they're like,
here we go.
Best new indie album, and people are coming up stage and they're like at B16.
Johnny Flapjack.
Yeah, Johnny Flapjacks. I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are, and they're like multi-platinum selling award-winning people, and I've never heard of Benny Biff Boff before.
Stuff out there. There's a lot to keep up on, and I don't have time for any of it. I don't. Stuck in the past watching shit that nobody cares about.
It's so strange. I just don't get it.
There's already so much stuff in our brains. Like, how much stuff are we supposed to keep in there? It's already bursting. Do you have anything else that you've been wanting to bring up?
I don't think so. I'm good. I think I need to eat my food.
Oh yeah, you do. Okay, we can be done. I have other shit, but it's not timely or anything.
Can I give you really quickly? I just want you to go yes or no.
Okay.
Okay. Have you heard of Coco Jones?
Nope.
Best New Artist nominee.
Who the fuck is Coco Jones?
The War and the Treaty.
That's a band name.
Yeah.
Is that a singer?
New artist.
You're making me feel really shitty right now. Who else?
Fred again?
No idea. Nope, never in my life.
Gracie Abrams?
Nope, never in my life.
Ice Spice?
Yes, I know who Ice Spice is.
There you go.
That's it. I know one.
You know what?
Jeez, who are those people?
Those are Best New Artist Grammy nominees.
That's insane. I know one. Ice Spice doesn't even seem that new. Well, I did see that Billie Eilish won for best song. Wait, Song of the Year, I think it was, which was the first time since Titanic that a Song of the Year went to a movie song. So I thought that was cute.
Yeah, that is cute.
Good for her. Yeah, that's I didn't watch it though. I gotta watch the movie things. The BAFTAs are coming up. The Critics' Choice, I think it's the Critics' Choice Awards are coming up, and then the Oscars are next month.
I'm really gonna hit you hard with this one because I just wanted to look up because I had never heard of The War and Treaty either.
Who's that? Is it a band or a singer?
It's a band. It's a husband and wife duo.
Yikes.
Who were nominated for Best New Artist in the Grammys. Never heard of them. From Albion, Michigan.
What?
Yeah.
What? What?
What? Been around since 2014.
There's no way.
Yep.
That band has never played here.
Oh, there was the squeak. That means it's time to go.
That's the Olive Garden breadstick toy. It's fucking VIP in this house.
All right, I gotta go eat my food.
I know. I have leftover pizza from yesterday. All right.
All right. Good work, buddy.
Good work, buddy. That was chaotic. I feel like we were very chaotic.
That's fine. It's always chaotic.
I'm exhausted.
All right, I gotta go.
Okay, talk to you later.
Good night.